Welcome to the deep dive. You've probably heard about journaling maybe as a way to handle stress or set some goals.
Mm.
But today we're going to dig way deeper than that.
Wow.
We're looking at how this ancient practice actually reshapes your brain. It's kind of a shortcut to mental resilience.
That's a great way to put it. Journaling isn't just, writing stuff down in a nice notebook.
Mm.
It's a really accessible but also uh, very powerful tool
Powerful.
for boosting your mental well-being,
Mm.
definitely, but also your cognitive skills. So in this deep dive, we'll explore how regularly writing things down can transform your inner world. We're drawing on research, articles, real insights, all to help you tap into its potential. #tag the why of journaling a toolbox for your mind.
Okay, so let's get into that why. If we're going beyond just like stress relief, what's the deeper thing happening here? Why does putting pen to paper actually work so well for our minds?
Well, fundamentally, it ramps up your self-awareness big time. It's not just listing feelings, it's more like hitting slow motion replay on your internal thoughts.
Slow motion replay, I like that.
Yep, because when you write down your thoughts, you start seeing the unspoken stuff, the assumptions, the mental shortcuts, maybe even narratives you didn't know were driving your reactions.
Ah, so you're not just noticing them, you're externalizing them.
Exactly. And that helps you actually rewrite those internal scripts, not just watch them play out.
Yeah.
It leads to a much, much deeper self-understanding.
That idea of rewriting scripts, that's fascinating. And okay, what about stress and anxiety? It seems journaling is known for helping there. How does that work?
It's like a catharsis, really, a release valve. When
Yeah.
you put those pent-up emotions onto the page, you're literally offloading them from your mind.
Offloading.
Right. And studies back this up. It can actually lower cortisol levels,
Mm.
the stress hormone,
Mhm.
which improves your overall well-being in a measurable way.
Wow. Okay, so there's actual physical evidence.
Definitely. And we see it in people's experiences, too. There's this Reddit user who shared how their anxiety, on whatever scale they used, dropped from like a 15 down to a 7 just from starting journaling.
That's huge. That's not a small change.
Not at all. That's a massive shift in how someone experiences their day-to-day life. For someone dealing with a lot of internal chatter, that must feel like a real anchor.
A lifeline, almost.
Absolutely. Journaling gives you this unique, safe space.
Mm.
It's totally private. You can be completely honest, no fear of judgment. One person called it a friend. Yeah, they said it was the only place I'm able to let everything out and work it out. It becomes this like confidant for things you might not say out loud. And that builds a real sense of agency over your emotions.
Right, taking control back. So beyond that emotional release, which is clearly massive, are there other, maybe more practical benefits, physical ones even?
Oh, for sure. It definitely extends into building positive habits and resilience.
How so?
Well, think about gratitude journaling. By consciously writing down what you're thankful for, you're actively shifting your perspective. That can genuinely boost your mood.
Reframing things?
Exactly. And practically, a journal can be a great tracker. Monitoring sleep, exercise, eating habits. Seeing those patterns written down helps you make conscious changes.
Mm.
And connecting that to the bigger picture, reflective writing helps you explore ways to handle challenges, make action plans.
Mm.
It fosters that feeling of control.
Okay.
People even use it alongside therapy. Gives them like notes for what to talk about, makes their therapy goals clearer. It helps bridge the gap between sessions with productive reflection. #tag the how of journaling your personal practice playground.
Okay, the why is super compelling, huge benefits. But, I can still picture listeners thinking, that blank page, it looks scary. How do we
Right.
actually start? How do you move from knowing it's good for you to, well, doing it?
Yeah, that's the key question. And the most freeing thing, there's really no right or wrong way to journal. Seriously.
No rules.
The best method is just whatever makes it easiest for you to consistently get your thoughts down. It could be bullet points, quick notes, not perfect sentences. Just getting it out is the goal, however it looks.
And what about the medium, like pen and paper versus digital?
Totally up to you. Do you like that physical feeling of writing? Go for a notebook. Prefer typing. Use the Notes app on your phone.
Right.
Or there are dedicated journaling apps now, too.
Right, some let you add photos or audio clips.
Exactly. And voice recording can work, too, especially if you're busy or on the move.
Yeah.
But the crucial part there isn't just talking.
It's the review.
Yes, it's re-listening to those entries, thinking about them, maybe making voice notes about what you thought, some method of review once in a while.
Yeah.
That active reflection is where the growth happens, much more than the format itself.
Got it. So it sounds like consistency is the real name of the game here. Less about writing perfectly, more about just showing up regularly.
Absolutely. Consistency matters most. You need to carve out some dedicated time. Daily, maybe, or just a few times a week.
Morning.
Could be morning reflections to set your intention, or evening summaries to process the day. Making it a routine helps your brain see it as beneficial, not just another task.
You know, you said no right or wrong way, which sounds freeing. But I wonder, does that sometimes feel too open for beginners? Like maybe some people want a bit of structure because they're afraid of messing it up?
That's a really good point. And yeah, perfectionism is often the biggest hurdle. People worry about it looking messy or like one mistake ruins the whole thing.
Right.
But you genuinely can't mess it up. You can't do it wrong. Sometimes the messiness is part of it. Someone mentioned covering pages they didn't like with things that made me happy, pictures, quotes.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it makes the imperfection of a journal very valuable. It shows the journey. And honestly, don't sweat the empty pages. That's not something to worry about. The value is in doing it, not creating a masterpiece.
Okay. That helps. And if you're putting really raw personal thoughts down, privacy has got to be huge, right?
Oh, absolutely paramount.
I mean, the whole point is that safe space. If you're worried someone might read it, you'll hold back.
Exactly. It needs to feel secure.
Uh,
So for a physical journal, yeah, maybe a locked drawer or just a really private place. For digital, definitely look for apps with strong end-to-end encryption. Make sure those thoughts stay yours. #tag exploring the spectrum of journaling styles.
So we've covered the why and the how, but maybe a standard diary doesn't quite click for everyone. It turns out there are like tons of different styles, right? Different ways in.
Oh, absolutely. And exploring different styles can really help you find what fits your personality and what you need right now. They offer different perspectives.
Okay, like what? Give us some examples.
Sure. So if you've got that really loud inner critic or just racing thoughts, stream of consciousness journaling can be, as one source put it, a fab way of dealing with that.
How does that work?
You just write whatever pops into your head exactly as it comes.
Yeah.
No editing, no structure. It's a pure brain dump.
Yeah.
Helps get clarity and just quiet things down.
Okay, interesting. What else?
There's unsent letter journaling. This one's powerful if you need to vent. You write a letter to someone, saying all the things you'd like to say that you just can't say to their face.
Ooh, but you don't send it.
Right. Because you don't send it, you can be totally brutally honest. It's about processing your feelings, not starting a conflict.
Makes sense. What if someone's super busy? Like, I don't have time for any of this busy.
Then one-word journaling might be literally the ultimate type of journaling for you. Seriously simple. Just pick one word to sum up your day. That's it.
One word. That's it.
That's it. And even that tiny practice, done consistently, is proven to help with anxiety and stress. It shows any journal practice, no matter how small, can work wonders.
Wow. Okay, no excuses then.
Pretty much. Then for visual thinkers, there's a photo-a-day journaling. Just snap a picture that reflects your feeling or what you
Yeah.
did. Most of us have phones.
Yeah, sure. Camera's always there.
Yeah, so it's super easy. Captures emotional moments visually. Then there's more structured journaling, using prompts. Like, what am I feeling right now? Or, what did I do today that made me feel good? Gratitude journaling fits here too, focusing on the positive.
Right. A bit more guided.
Exactly. And people get creative integrating it, using done lists next to to-do lists to reflect on achievements, or tracking moods with symbols in a planner. The journal becomes like an external hard drive for your brain.
An external hard drive. I like that metaphor. Helping organize the mental clutter.
Precisely. You tailor it to what you need. #tag journaling and your brain's executive functions.
Okay, this is all fascinating in practice, but I want to go back to something you mentioned earlier. How this actually strengthens our minds, like on a neurological level, what's going on inside the brain.
Right, so this connects directly to what are called executive functions, or EFs.
Executive functions.
Okay.
Okay, what are those exactly?
Think of them as your brain's management team, or maybe air traffic control. They manage all the incoming thoughts, decisions, actions.
Air traffic control for the mind. Got it.
Yeah, they're the top-down mental processes you need for concentrating, paying attention. Things like thinking before acting, handling unexpected challenges, resisting temptation, staying focused.
Okay, sounds crucial.
Totally.
Uh-huh.
There are 3 core EFs usually highlighted. Inhibition, that's resisting impulses and distractions. Working memory, holding info in your mind and actually using it. And cognitive flexibility, shifting perspectives, adapting your thinking.
Inhibition, working memory, cognitive flexibility. Okay. So how does writing in a journal actually train these EFs? Let's start with inhibition and working memory.
Well, a simple act of writing forces a pause, right? You have to
Yeah.
select words, form sentences, even messy ones. That process directly exercises your inhibition.
Oh.
It helps you resist just jumping to the next thought. You're building that mental muscle to stay focused, even briefly. It's kind of like meditation, but through writing.
Okay. And working memory. You mentioned the external hard drive idea.
Exactly. Your journal acts like that external hard drive. By writing things down, you stop your mental workspace from becoming too cluttered. You're offloading thoughts, which frees up your working memory for what you need right now.
So you're not trying to juggle everything in your head at once.
Precisely. And then journaling really boosts cognitive flexibility.
How does it do that?
By writing about different angles, exploring emotions, brainstorming solutions on paper, you're actively prompting your brain to shift perspectives, to think outside the box.
Right, you're not stuck in one viewpoint.
You're actively engaging with different possibilities, developing action plans. It's incredibly helpful for letting go of stuff you've been stuck on because you're reframing it through writing.
So this is maybe the most important part. These EFs, these core brain skills, they aren't fixed. You can actually improve them.
Yes, that's a critical point. Research shows they are trainable and can be improved with practice at any age. Journaling is basically, like you said earlier, a gym for your brain.
A brain gym, okay.
And like any exercise, the principles are similar. Repeated practice is key. And, crucially, you need to keep continually, incrementally increasing the challenge.
Meaning?
Meaning if it gets too easy, it becomes boring and you plateau, you stop improving. Just like lifting weights, you gradually add more weight to build muscle. Same idea for mental fitness. You have to keep pushing yourself gently.
And this ties back into resilience, doesn't it? Building these functions through a regular routine like journaling actually helps buffer stress.
Absolutely. It highlights how everyday life, our routines, can be the fundamental context for resilience, especially during tough times like trauma or chronic stress. Establishing and keeping routines, journaling included, can literally buffer the adverse impact of stress exposure on mental health. It's about building those strong mental foundations day by day. Hashtag, tag, outro.
Wow. So what we've really explored today is that journaling isn't just one thing. It's this incredibly versatile personal tool for mental well-being, and it's genuinely accessible to everyone. Doesn't matter about your writing skills or how busy you are.
Exactly. It's so much more than just putting words on paper. It's a
Yeah.
practice of self-exploration, of processing emotions, and, as we've seen, a tangible way to train and strengthen those crucial executive functions in your brain.
It's proactive.
Definitely. It's a proactive step towards building a more resilient, more self-aware, and ultimately a healthier version of yourself.
So maybe the final thought for everyone listening is this. What new layers of self-understanding, what new depths of mental resilience might you uncover if you just dedicated a few moments each day to that conversation, the one waiting within your own mind?